Police are today investigating following the discovery of 3 bodies of boys in Hammanskraal, north of Pretoria. The boys aged between 9 and 10 were found in a storm water drain under construction in Tambo Extension 1 near the traffic department yesterday. According to reports, the bodies of the children were found by passersby from the trench, which had accumulated water due to heavy rains over the past 2 days. Tshwane Emergency Services declared the 3 dead on the scene. For more on this, we're joined on the line by Tshwane Emergency Services spokesperson Mabaso. Mr. Mabaso, thank you for being with us. What a gruesome discovery, the bodies of these 3 young boys. Is it known how they died?
Good afternoon, Francis, and good afternoon to SABC viewers. It is unfortunate that as we were proactively rolling out the flood incident management plan of the city of Tshwane, we then had to respond to the unfortunate event in the Hammanskraal part, where 2 boys unfortunately lost their lives. We understand from bystanders that the children might have been playing around that area where there is a development of a storm water drainage, and unfortunately they lost their lives.
So they fell in and drowned?
According to information that is surfacing now, it shows that now as the storm swept the barricades that were barricading the construction site, it is understood that the children might have been using the barricades to swim in that particular area.
Did I hear you say 2 boys correctly? We're reporting 3. Can you just clarify if it's 2 or 3 boys?
Come again on that one?
Can you clarify if it's 2 or 3 boys? I heard you say 2, but we're reporting 3.
It's 3 boys.
Okay,
2 age 10 and 1 age 9.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so there was no protection. You talk about barricades. This was a construction site, clearly harmful to children. Who's responsible for the lack of protection?
Yeah, look, Francis, from emergency services side, ours is also to set out messages in terms of the safety of the people when they are out. And when we were called to the incident, we could see inside the trench that now the barricade had been swept inside the trench. So I would not be able to speak for the construction people in that particular incident. But what I can indicate is that we did, as in the emergency services, see a barricade that might have been used by the children to swim inside there. And obviously, coming from Friday, we had experienced the storms throughout the night, and going into Saturday, the construction site was not a site where you would find construction workers in place. Yes.
A last bit of clarification. So they were trying to swim in puddles of water because of the weather. Did the trench fill up with water and that looked like a good place to swim? Exactly how did it work?
Yeah, look, Francis, construction sites are not a place to play for children. And obviously, we need to educate the communities that any construction site is not a place where one should play, whether it be during a rainy season or even if it's not raining and there is water that has pooled off there. We need to instill that kind of discipline and education as parents and as a community to our children to stay clear of construction sites.
And I think we should ask questions about whether it was clearly cordoned off or not, given the danger to community members. How long were these 3 boys missing for? Are their families aware and have now recovered the bodies? What's the situation?
I cannot confirm as to how long they were missing prior to emergency services being notified of the incident. But I can confirm that the parents of the boys were on scene yesterday when I was on scene. And as to who might have notified them, I do not have that information at my disposal.
Sure, and I can't even imagine how they're feeling. Mr. Mabaso, with regards to the weather, what other areas are affected right now? What roads are you looking at? What dangers are posed to residents?
Yeah, look, in my opening statement, I indicated that as the city of Tshwane, we have a flood incident management plan as part of our disaster management response plan. Now, within that, in the areas like Hammanskraal, in Mutsumi Street in Unit 7B, on Friday we had residents that complained of water coming into their house, and we activated the road transport to make channeling of the water in that area. And the constant monitoring of low water bridges is an action that we proactively take as Tshwane Emergency Services to activate resources like currently in the Centurion area on Rabi and Ann Street. There is the clearing of debris on the road since that is a known hotspot for flooding. So with other sister departments in the city, we activate them to proactively act on the areas where we know that there might be danger to people. And also going into an area like Mamelodi, we issue a warning on Stoffel Park Bridge in Mamelodi, where the water had risen to higher levels that could pose danger to the community. And other areas within the regions of Tshwane, the water levels are fairly low, but we keep on monitoring them, particularly the Henops River and the Apis River, as those are some of the major rivers that can even have water without rain. If it rains in other parts of Gauteng, like in Johannesburg or Ekurhuleni, the city of Tshwane is an encatchment area, so we remain on high alert even when there is no rain. And we want the users that now, or the road users and other community members to remain vigilant at this time, because there might not be water, and one moment you will see water coming in large volumes.
So be careful. Final question, besides these three boys who tragically died, are there any other fatalities?
Fortunately, there are no fatalities that have been reported relating to the floods. But now, we have seen road accidents within the city where on the N14 and the N4, where motor vehicles overturned, and with on the N14 with a motor vehicle crash between two vehicles, where 2 lives were lost between the two incidents. So which shows that now motorists also need to adhere to traffic regulations and be extra vigilant in weather conditions like these.
All right, thank you for that update. Yes, just a call to be so careful on the roads given the current weather, and we'll see if we can find more information around the circumstances that led to the deaths of those 3 little boys. That was Tshwane Emergency Service spokesperson Charles Mabaso.